Well, today we are officially going to start ripping this old paint off here, but instead of using a sandblaster, guys, we're going to use a wire wheel on the little DeWalt here, handheld battery. But anyways, we decided, well, sandblasting, we talked to a couple of guys, went to an auction. By the way, I did buy stuff, of course. I just bought a barge box with a hoist. It's actually sitting outside right here. It was really cheap, actually. Cheaper than the little hand hoist one I got. Yeah, just a little, got a hydraulic cylinder that works. But anyways, got a little off track there. The guy we talked to at that auction, he said, well, he's been restoring tractors for a while, and he said, well, he says, I've done sandblasting, he says, but he says it gets it everywhere, and then when you're painting, he says, you think you got it all blown off, and there's some sand and it just flicks up and ruins the paint pretty much. Flares up is what he said. But we're just going to start on the back half of this tractor today, though. That was only my plan. I don't want to work towards the front because I don't have it all sealed up yet, and the wind I got blowing, so it just blows away from there. So yeah, so we're just going to start on the back half here on the axles, and I'm just going to tear in and see what I can get done today. We'll put it, I don't want to bore you too bad, so I'll just do a little bit of this grinding thing. I'll put it on fast forward on the iPhone, so you'll see me going really fast, which really I'll really just be going really slow. So, but anyways, we'll get started here. Hey there, guys. I decided I wasn't going to do that video of me grinding totally because I didn't want to bore you out all the way. So, but I'll show you here kind of what it looks like. I just literally go with a grinder like this, and it takes paint off. So pretty interesting, right? But anyways, I'm not using the electric one anymore because of the battery capacity on it, because I went through about 5 batteries. That's all the batteries we got in about a half hour. So yeah, that doesn't really work too well. You only get to work for a half hour. So I decided go down to the store and finally get one for this one, a nice heavy duty one so it won't wear out on me. So this wear wheel will take a little while to wear out on me, but I did grind a lot with it. At first I did take off a lot of paint, just getting it down to the metal. They say you still gotta prime it no matter what. Then I did a little more research, and they just said you just gotta get down to about the first coat and rough that coat up. So that's what I did here. I'm taking it down to the metal still, but you're still gonna have to prime it no matter what. So that was my plan. I'm gonna prime it no matter what because this really has to be, otherwise you're going to get rusting no matter what, I guess. But anyways, I just been roughing the paint up, as you can see, taking it off and trying my best to get into every crack and crevice here. I'm not going to get to all, obviously, but I've been trying my best. I got this side pretty well done, and this side started to, I got the block almost done on this side. I got to take my my air one right here and get up there in every little crack here. But this one's been working on this over here, getting the grease off, as you can see, and just getting in every little crack and crevice on the steering wheel. That one, the only spot I could really do with an electric one was right here, but that's still kind of hard to get with all the steer or the shifter and starter there. Can't get all the way to the bottom. But then also I got my little paint reference right here, as you can see. I started grinding in one spot there, but the rest of it's still pretty good, I'd say. But as you can see how nice that paint looks, it looks like it's brand new the day it came out of the factory. So I'm going to use that as a reference. I've been looking into paint for like, from Magic Paint, I looked into their stuff, but it's pretty plain. It's one color for the Ford tractors, all of them, and one gray, kind of like that gray, which isn't the original one. But the reason I'm doing that is because look what I got. A nice paint gun. I traded my uncle's tie rod tools back for him and got this. So this is a Shaper Model 75 handle and Model 450 tank. Hasn't been used in 30 plus years, I tell you. So I hope it still works. The last thing this painted was if I remember right, they told me a swatter. I think it was their IH one, I'm not sure, but yeah, the last thing it painted was a swatter, so it's been a while. That was 30 plus years or more than ago, but it was, yeah, you could tell it hadn't been used in a while because you couldn't get it open. It was stuck shut because the seals kind of dried out and the paint kind of, they didn't get it cleaned out the best, let's put it that way, and so the paint kind of made it stick, so it was stuck shut. But yeah, I got that now, so I'm getting really excited for painting, I tell you. Can't wait to get this baby out and spray a couple coats of paint on. That's when it'll start looking nice again. But also on the hood over here, I've been kind of wondering what I should totally do on the hood here, guys. I've heard you wanna, this one you don't want a wire wheel. I heard that much, because you will get imperfections and then you'll have to do a lot of Bondo, which I don't really have to do much. I don't think I really have to do any on this one. I'm gonna have to do a lot on the fenders more than anything, because I couldn't find new ones, because I looked everywhere on Craigslist and everything, but could not find new ones. But I did find out that you could start out like 80 or something sandpaper wise and work your way down to 360. Work your way up to 360. The bigger the number you get, the finer it gets. So yeah, I'm still not totally sure on what to do on this yet. If you guys know what to do, since some of you have done painting, give me a shout out, because I'm still not totally sure and sold on what to do. Also, I want to show you what the original paint looked like. Look at that. I can't believe they painted over this, because I've seen so many signs of this paint being so good yet, but yet they had to paint over it. This paint was like immaculate still. It's like, I don't even know why they did it. Kind of don't like them for doing that, but I guess they did what they did, so we gotta live with it. They didn't do a very good painting job. As you can see, my lights are painted over too. Yeah, that is very, very interesting. I guess they didn't think they were gonna use them anytime soon. But yeah, so we got a lot of grinding to do yet. So yeah, I just been trying to go at it. Also, in between all this stuff, I got my tires drained so we can get them welded now, guys. They are light as a feather compared to what they were. Very light. So we're gonna roll this all the way to the back, since I can't take it off. And then we're gonna take the tube off, or the tire off, and then this one, it isn't really rusted all the way through yet, but you can kind of start to see it starting to. But this one's really just pitted around it pretty bad. So we're gonna put a new, not a washer. I've heard people putting washers in there, but we're gonna have to kind of make our own plate for this one, because this is a good amount of metal that's rusted away. But this one we're gonna have to do a lot more work on. This one's bad. It rusted out behind this too. It went this way, it went up, it went back and up. So it'll be, that one's gonna be interesting. I did find a new pair of wheels and tires, but since I live in Minnesota and they're in Missouri, they're a little far away from me. I did go through Missouri on my vacation, but they were not for sale. Otherwise, I would have picked them up, because it came with tires, tubes, the whole working deal, and they looked kind of like this one, and they're probably a little bit worse, a little more weather cracked. But they only wanted $435 for them, and the rims weren't even rusted out like this. They were way better than this, and they have the same thing. They had this in the inside too, so I'm like, dang it. So if any of you guys are watching and you need some rims for a 960, there's some for sale in Missouri, so check that out. On Craigslist too, so. But anyways, guys, I've been grinding away on this, and soon to get to all my other little tiny parts, which will be fun, especially this hitch. I want to get this done soon. It's just a work in progress, and then we'll set up the painting booth, which the wood's sitting outside right now. I'll show you that here quick. I literally just piled it up front here on some boards. You see that? So I got about some big 16-footers in there, so no, bigger than that. So we're gonna frame it out here pretty soon, after I get my grinding done, which I think I'm 1/3 the way through this, guys. So 1/3, still got a lot to go, 2/3 left. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and have a great Labor Day, and see you again soon, hopefully. My next video. We'll see you soon.